Hello, divine souls of earth. Today I'm coming to you with a collective reading regarding the week ahead. This is not going to be a pick card, it's just going to be overall for everyone. So this week ahead, we've just entered Mercury retrograde on April 21st, and it's going to last us until about May 14th. And I think we're just going to we're going to see how that plays out in the reading today. But also, before we get into the cards, just a reminder that tarot and oracle do not deem you to any realities that are not yours. Whatever resonates, feel free to take along with you, and whatever doesn't, just leave it for the person who is meant to receive that message, okay? So before we get into this, just take a deep breath, connect with your guides, come into the energy of the week ahead, and let's get into it. Let's see what is coming for us this week. Alright, let's see what we have. So we have the Queen of Pentacles, the Queen of Wands, and movement. Okay, so lots of regal energy this week, and you might be feeling like the positive side of Mercury retrograde, and I know that's kind of rare to hear, but Mercury retrograde, a lot of people sign it off as like a negative time where everything goes wrong, but really all it is that it's chaotic, right? It's unexpected sometimes, and so what we think is going to happen doesn't necessarily happen, and so we kind of get into the headspace that bad things are happening, when really it's just movement. It's chaotic movement. We're moving in directions we didn't expect, and so we can blame that on the Mercury retrograde. But the good thing about this movement is that it is powerful, and it's going to set you up for success as long as you are prepared for it, okay? As long as you are grounded for this movement and not so stuck in the headspace that you don't want to move at all, okay? So any movement that you're not prepared for is going to feel jolting, right? It's like standing on a bus and they just press the gas pedal. But either way, this movement's going to be beneficial in the long run. It might not feel like it in the beginning. It might feel jolting, right? But eventually you're going to see this queen energy coming out of it, or maybe it'll be there right away for you if you are prepared and you are grounded, okay? We're going to keep going with some oracle today, and we're going to see some shadow aspects to watch out for. Okay, we've got ceremony. Thank you. We've got ceremony, bridge, and job. So ceremony says honor how far you've come. Bridge says stay strong and remain connected to what is important to you. And job, love what you do and do what you love. Okay. So I think it's pretty interesting that bridge comes in the middle of these two things, and how we're kind of bridging ceremony and job, where ceremony is talking about honoring yourself, honoring how far you've come, and there's some movement in the job place or in the workplace, and the job card says do what you love. So this might be a shifting or a jolting to the workplace in the week ahead, or it could be a shift in just the perspective you have towards work, towards your job. You might be experiencing the inner strength to leave a job that you're not happy at, that you're not loving at the moment, right? Stay strong and remain connected to what is important to you. So I think this week ahead is going to have a lot of rediscovering our intentions, rediscovering why we're doing what we're doing, and how we can do it in a way that honors ourselves, right? And using these shadow aspects, again, you can use all of this information to ground yourself, to prepare for the movement, the chaotic movement of Mercury retrograde, right? We're just talking about the week ahead, but this could last the entire Mercury retrograde. and preparing by starting off today, honoring yourself and how far you've come. This could be a journaling aspect of honoring just who you are, how far you've come, what you've done to heal yourself, what you've done to make yourself more susceptible or accepting of movement, right? Movement doesn't always feel good. This is a really beautiful card, but it doesn't always feel so magical when we do get moved in a certain direction, right? But it's ultimately always going to be beneficial for you to just flow with the currents of life. Staying strong and remaining connected to what is important to you. And the Queen of Wands, this is sort of, once again, with the wand being in your hand, deciding where you wield your energy, deciding in what areas of life do you put your intentions. Maybe we are disregarding the idea of working, okay? Maybe there's a movement right now that's separating the self from working, getting back into living, and what that means for you could also open up an opportunity for journal work. So, continuing on, I'm going to use this deck to get a few more oracle messages. So we have Bear Spirit and Frog Spirit. And we have Healing and Renewal, number 4 and number 20. So, again, this sort of week ahead is offering you, I think you're finding peace within the self. I think it's also, you can see in every single card, almost except for Bridge, the single figure. Okay, so this week is about you. This week is about your relationship with yourself. You're healing something, a bear of energy, okay, a large amount of energy that's sort of, this healing is bridging you to the side of renewal, and this renewal of love for life. You are excited to flow down the river of life. You are excited. You're going to feel invigorated. Like we were talking about in the beginning with the Queen energy, you are going to be re-engaging with that energy behind life of why you are here, what your purpose is. And maybe it's not the job that you're currently in, or whatever you're currently doing with your time. It might not even be a job, but whatever is taking up a grand amount of your time, is it directly reflecting on your intentions, what's important to you? And can you heal from leaving this job or this excessive responsibility and coming into a renewed relationship with the self and the intentions and the spirit and the higher self, you know? I'm being called to read out of this book because I always love the way they do the descriptions. So for that sake, Bear Spirit says, the spirit of the bear, you're a healer and a channel for the life force of the universe. You are strong and grounded. Healing is unfolding and or a situation is being resolved. Have faith that all is well. Yeah, so again, on top of Mercury retrograde, I think that life is overall leading up to, maybe in the shadow period of Mercury retrograde, has been a little bit frustrating for you. And, you know, it makes sense. Life is frustrating sometimes, and that's okay, you know, admitting that that's okay, that there is always some madness in life that we must make space for, because as long as we deny it, it gets more frustrating. But the bear is here to tell you that you are healing from those frustrations. This job energy, this feeling that you'd like to walk away from, you will be walking away from very soon. And this ceremony, and maybe you need to hold an actual like altar work ceremony, sit with the self, have a cleansing bath, do whatever it means to you to honor the self, purely just yourself, okay? Taking all distractions away, all relationships away, sit with yourself and allow yourself to just be. Let the weight of the world melt away and reconnect with who you are underneath all of the labels and responsibilities you have within this world, right? And then the frog spirit says, be willing to release any preconceived notions of how life should unfold. This is a time to be adaptable. Be willing to change. Abundance and good fortune will follow. Wow, okay, so Interestingly enough, you have grounding over here and adaptability over here. Exactly what you need to survive this Mercury retrograde is grounding and adaptability. The ability to flow, the ability to be okay with whatever comes your way. Know that whatever the universe puts in your hands this week, it's doing it because it's necessary for your evolution, right? This movement is something you need. You might not want it right now, and I think that that's sort of coming through pretty strong. You're not going to want the movement right away, or you might be jolted by it, but it is coming for this renewal and this reconnection to your divinity and to what's important to you, to honor yourself, to engage with this Queen of Pentacles and Queen of Wands. This is Queen of Abundance and Queen of Magic, okay? So the outcome of all of this right now is going to be amazing for you. If you don't feel ready for this movement, it's okay. It's still gonna come, but just the entire time as you feel like you're experiencing the chaos of Mercury retrograde, remember that it's ending with you at the top of your abundance and of your magic. Keep the faith strong. Your mind creates your reality. Your perception is your reality. As long as you keep your intentions in the forefront of whatever movement does come to you, you will be on top of it. You will survive it. You will be okay. That's the main message right now, okay? We're going to keep going with some guidance throughout this week, what we need to hear to get through the week. So we have, I am a man as no one else is a man, okay? And we have, our moods don't come and go. They appear and subject us to alchemy that transforms us, right? So this is really, really encouraging, a strong message for a strong heart. First of all, I'm a man as no one else is a man. Again, leading back to the contemplation of self. Who are you when no one else is telling you who to be, okay? And if that question is a little bit too broad, that just means you need to start discovering who you are. That just means that we're there, we're ready to discover who we are when we come back to ourselves, when we honor ourselves. What makes you feel like this enchanted forest fairy? What makes you feel excited to be alive? And you're going to find this information within yourself and nowhere else. You're not going to find any hints or clues within the world around you. All of your answers come from within. I highly, highly suggest meditation this week. It will be extremely beneficial and helpful with grounding and staying present. And if you feel overwhelmed with the self-discovery right now, there's a lot of meditations out there that are helpful to discovering who you are, what you're doing, why you came here, right? You just reconnecting with the higher self is going to help you connect with the material self, the 3D self, where you want to go, where this movement, trying to navigate where this movement is taking you. And then your moods don't come and go. They subject you to alchemy that transforms you. So throughout this week, throughout this movement, you're going to feel strong emotions because you're a strong person. You are a powerful person. You have 2 queens on the board. You have a lot of divine energy, right? So you're going to have strong emotions. When they come, ask them what they are trying to teach you, okay? Have some self accountability and understanding what emotions are yours, what emotions are there from habit, what emotions have been placed there by external sources. Understand what lessons your emotions are trying to push you towards, okay? If you feel frustrated by movement, I think that might be trying to tell you to be a little more adaptable, right? That frustration emotion. Okay, so sorry, my camera died. If you feel frustrated by this movement, or you feel overjolted or overwhelmed, that's okay. That's a normal response to something you don't expect or something you're not exactly prepared for. But understand, again, your emotions are just trying to subject you to a lesson. And if you can put them in front of you and ask them what they want to teach you, it feels much less overwhelming, as if you are the emotion, okay? I hope I'm explaining that well enough for you guys. And we're just going to finish off with one or two little guidance messages to keep with us throughout this week. Okay, there's one and two. So this week, keep in mind, relinquish defensiveness in your communications. Instead, stand tall, listen, and learn. Wow, okay, exactly what we were just talking about with the emotions. Defensiveness is not going to be serving you at this time. It's just going to make that Mercury retrograde, that movement, feel even more jolting if you are approaching it with defensiveness. Let life flow over you this week, okay? Let it just flow, and you will see the benefits of not being so firm in what you believe to be true right now, okay? And then the second one we have to keep with us this week is, don't push or grasp for what you want. Let life come to you and flow through you. Okay, so wow, this is really wonderful. I will be posting a list of affirmations to help. You can put it as your like phone, your lock screen or whatever, but overall, once again, being malleable, being adaptable right now this week is going to be the most beneficial for you, okay? Deep breaths, lots of deep breaths. Remember your intentions, remember what's important to you, and remember that no one else can change the truth of your existence, okay? Anyone's perception or opinion of you does not make it fact. Anyone can tell you anything, and it does not have to be true. What is true is what you believe, what is important to you, okay? Keep that in mind. All right, and that's all I'm seeing for you today. I hope you have a wonderful week amongst all of this movement and chaos. You're going to be okay. I believe in you. Have a good one.